Hey everybody, it's Kat and Steve with the Positively Midwest podcast.
Before we get started, we're going to help pay some bills.
We have hooked up with Anchor.fm to help us keep launching Positively Midwest to as many ears as possible. The more we expand our reach, the more lives we can help inspire.
If you haven't heard of Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast, and it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google, and many, many more.
You can make money with no minimum listenership.
It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchorapp.fm to get started.
Now, sit back and enjoy the next episode of Positively Midwest Podcast. Hey everybody, and welcome to Positively Midwest. My name is Steve Jurens, and as usual, across from me is my wife, Catherine.
Hi, and hello, Mr. Jurens. How are you today?
I'm good, and we are on episode 48 of Positively Midwest. Very excited. We just got done with Thanksgiving, and we probably could have done an episode like this around Thanksgiving, but we had a great episode with Shane Balkowicz, and it was absolutely inspirational and a great episode, and it came out the time it needed to, so we're going to give thanks afterwards, because as we talk about, you should be giving thanks every day, and when you do those gratitude things 3 times in the morning, 3 times at night, it can completely change your day around, even maybe your sleep. Maybe you won't have to wake up 40 times a night like Catherine does.
Oh, yeah. At least maybe it'll help you dream a little bit better dreams, too, if you're dreaming in gratitude instead of your stresses of the day. That's what I think. So today's episode, what are we thankful, grateful, blessed there, babe?
We are gratitude that we want to portray tonight in this special episode as a thank you episode is mainly just to everyone in the group. Our group has grown exponentially, if you will. We are close to 1,700 members, and we've got over 500 we just reached on the page, which is super exceptional.
All within 11 months.
All within 11 months. And we have gotten some affirmations. We've gotten messages from people. We've been out and about in public and been receiving affirmations from people, them thanking us for what we're doing, and starting to see some of that change that we wanted to create in the world, if you will. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And I don't know. We've got guests flying at us left and right. We've got great opportunities opening up before us, and I just think it's can't be ignored. And it's because of the people that do listen to us on a regular basis, the new people that jump on board, and hopefully we're only getting better, and in turn you're getting better.
Amen. Working on our journeys together.
So I want to give a quick special shout out to a guy, because this just happened, Stephen Joyner. He's a publicist out of LA, and I follow some different podcast groups, and he said, hey, I'm a publicist in LA. I can hook you up with some people. And I reached out to him and contacted him, and we had a phone conversation, and looks like we're going to be able to get some fancy new guests on our little Midwest, Positively Midwest podcast. So I think we're good.
Wowee.
Yeah, so we'll tease a couple of guests coming up in this one, because now we're proactive, responsible adults with our show, and we're going to be recording them preliminarily and not always the night before like we are right now.
On the fly.
So Steve Joyner, thank you much. Appreciate you. And we're going to be talking with, the next episode is going to be with Ricky Milan. And he is connected with us like Shane Balkowicz from our great friend Kat Perkins. So thank you very much for helping Positively Midwest grow again. But he is a dancer, really great tap dancer with some videos I watched on there. He's just been all over the place, and he's a very positive individual, and she said that this sounds like, or Kat said this is somebody that will really connect well with Positively Midwest. So He attended Larkin Dance Studio for 12 years, and then he did the New York thing for a year. And that time he performed tap dance for Maya, PBS, and some subway platforms. He's also taught competition kids in New Jersey and joined up with some guys to create the original cast of Break the Floor. He did the LA thing for 9 months, and street performed with 10'5" to pay the bills while coming up short at hundreds of industry auditions. Ricky fell out of love with LA, so he drove to South Carolina. After a year at Alabama Theater, a family theater in Myrtle Beach, and a year in Tokyo, he moved home to Minneapolis. And I don't want to give away the rest of his bio, but
I love how when you said the New York thing and the LA thing, you did air quotes, even though nobody can see you right now.
well, there's air quotes on it, but yeah, I get it. I get it. So, anyways, and then Steve Joyner hooked us up with Elizabeth or Liz Priestley. So she's got a show coming up on Netflix, a movie.
Wow.
Yeah, with she is it's Concrete Cowboy is the name of that movie. So I'm pretty excited for that because it's already got like 76% on Rotten Tomatoes. But this will be her film debut as Idris Elba's wife, Amali, in Concrete Cowboys. So she's an accomplished stage performer. She's appeared in over 25 theater productions in Philadelphia, New York, Washington, D.C. as an actor, vocalist, violinist, pianist, and dancer. So, yeah, this is quite a bio for her as well. So, she studied at Ithaca College. That reminds me of Road Trip.
Heck yeah.
Graduating from their distinguished musical theater program with a bachelor's of fine arts. So
between these two and Shane have his own documentary out on Amazon Prime, we have some fantastic.
Because we're moving on up.
Woo! To the east side of South Dakota.
To a deluxe apartment in the Midwest.
No, and Kat is an absolute amazing person. If you guys haven't checked her out on Facebook, she is an amazing artist as well, and an amazing individual that has been wanting to help grow Positively Midwest by, handing out some of her friends our way.
Yeah, and I don't know. I can't talk enough about how God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, continues to put things into our path to tell us that we're going down the right path, if you will. And I think that really means a lot to me because I've always struggled with insecurities. I've struggled with, do I deserve things like this? I think at first it was just going to be something I was going to do, and it was self-therapy for me. And then what better way to have a better relationship with my wife as well than to have her involved in this? And now we've slowly rolled it into sort of a business situation because we've got some gear coming. We want to be able to take care of people. Had we been simultaneously live on Facebook, I was going to run over and tease a couple of things that we just got. But we still have some work to do.
Technology.
On that. But recently I purchased a marker board. And so I've got great notes up there. So we're looking at trying to do some beanies, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, masks, maybe koozies. I don't know, all sorts of fun stuff. So maybe a cool button-up shirt or polos. Who knows? And then
because you want all those things to be able to rep in, don't you?
I do, yeah. And if we get into motivational speaking or different things like that, we have other things on the horizon that I'm working on. We were at a retail location in town that had some cool stickers, so I put stickers up there. Work on a motivational personal development handbook, maybe.
Oh, Mr. Steve Jurens over here across from me did his first in-person little presentation to a group of employees about positivity. So shout out to you, babe.
Thank you. Yes, someone who has been recently active in our group, and appreciate you for doing that as well. I posted a Tony Robbins video that inspired me as I've been diving into a little bit of his work, and posted it. He said, how do I get these on my TVs? I said, I'll come do it for you. And he said, why don't you just come out and chit chat with these peeps? And so I did. And it was pretty cool. I'm going to consider that my very first motivational speaking engagement. And I haven't felt that fulfilled in a long time. Not that I'm not happy doing what I'm doing. It's just a different kind of fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it fills the soul cup, right?
yeah. And then I've got an idea for an on location episode, maybe. I'm gunning for this big episode with a big person from South Dakota, and it's going to happen, but it's written on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And Music Cares. They've helped some friends of ours with rehab, and I want to break somebody down in that situation too. So there's a gist of the marker board, and to get healthy.
It's kind of like your evolving vision board. Instead of it just staying stationary and getting full and then can't add any more, this way it consistently changes as you've conquered those things.
Yes.
I recently had a conversation with a girl I know about a vision board. She asked me some tips on making one for her husband as a gift. So we had a kind of like a breakdown of what we have on ours and that kind of like what you do and how everyone does it a little differently. But it's just those things to like constantly have your goals in mind, not be afraid of those goals that maybe you've set for yourself, those dreams that you want to conquer. Just put them up there so you see them on a consistent basis to help manifest and work towards them, celebrating and paying gratitude for the little victories along the way.
Yes. And that one of the biggest things I'm grateful for right now is you peoples, and dealing with the things that I've gone through in my life as I was starting to go down that path and we got a little sidetracked was the insecurities, whether knowing if this is something I do deserve. Do I deserve to help people in their life? And what's going to happen when they, find out something crazy we've done in our past or whatever? Is it all going to come crumbling down? And I talked to my counselor about that stuff. And in fact, we even talked about it a little bit in my most recent session. And, I guess if anything, like we've also said in the past, who better to talk to you about alcoholism or drug abuse than someone who's been through that? So I'm going to try to fully embrace this situation and move forward and humbly accept your words of affirmations if you send us messages or say hi out in public or whatever. You appreciate what we're doing. I am not used to that at all. So if I am weird about it or awkward, just understand that it's because I'm still always working through stuff myself, and I just can't believe that after only 11 months, we've have almost 4,000 total streams, over 4,000 total streams, an estimated audience of 50 some. And then we have people interacting more and more with our group, inviting more people to the group. So a huge shout out to all you people that have continued to send us or invite people to the group, and those that participate. That's what I've wanted the most is obviously not everybody wants to like and comment and react and share and all that, and totally understand it. And now I know that you're seeing that stuff, even though you're not, given the reactions, if you will, on social media. So that's awesome that you're still getting those. And that's what I've wanted to do, is to help fill your news feed with more positive things, inspiring things, thoughts that'll engage things that will engage your thoughts. And some of them might be a little more controversial as I push the envelope a little bit, and maybe there'll be a few curse words here and there, but it's to grab your attention. We're learning how to use emojis too. I'm putting up fires and alerts and sirens and things like that. So
adding flair, isn't that what we called it the other day? It's like Office Space.
Yeah.
That's your flair.
Digital flair, maybe. I guess. So anyways, just, who you are if you listen to this and you've been throwing us out messages and that really, really means a lot to me. And, I'm sure both of us. And I'm so crazy excited to see where this journey is going to continue to take us as we're creeping in on our first anniversary, really. And these two guests that we have coming, this Steve guy gave me probably 10 plus different names of people that are out there. And I can't wait to start breaking down those interviews and finding out, what's it like to be a struggling actor, or what's it like to be a struggling musician, or what's it like to just be a person in that situation, stuff that we don't even realize. As far as gratitude goes, I was watching a documentary the other day, and he was doing different shots of like he had to go and get some groceries and stuff, and he was in New York, and I thought, so when I come home, I'm just like every other dad in the world that tries to carry 5,000 bags of groceries in at one time, so make the least amount of trips possible. And then I thought, okay, now hold on a second. Now let's say I live in a big, huge city like New York, and I live in an apartment, and I'm on whatever floor. So, like, you probably don't drive necessarily. I mean, a lot of people don't. Mm-hmm. So now you got to go to a grocery store, and if it's not on your block, you've got to walk all the way there, or you have to take some mode of transportation there, right? Whether it's a taxi, maybe an Uber now, or whatever. And then Lyft, I guess, so I don't get in trouble. Threw them both out there. And then, or a Subway, which is what this guy took. Now, like, so do you have to go grocery shopping every other day or every day? So you only have like 2-3 bags of stuff with you? Like, how the hell do you get all this shit back to your place? Right? So if you have to take a Subway, you're not buying $200, $300, $400 worth of groceries like we do in the Midwest here, right, and then carry all that crap home. So I'm sure a lot of places deliver. So you have a lot of delivery maybe that they will bring the groceries to you, and that's super great. I do that all the time. But I can't imagine everyone's doing that. I don't know. It just tripped me out because it's something that you don't necessarily think about, but we are very grateful for. And it makes a big difference because we can just cruise over to the grocery store with our car, pick up all of our stuff, throw it in the trunk or back end, and then drive it home and unload it at our house. So our house and our lot is like 10 times larger than what other people are living in these places sometimes. That's a little dramatic, but something like that just really draws me back when I'm watching things and I go, holy crap, I don't think people really realize, unless you're living in one of those places, how grateful we are in some of the Midwest areas, to be able to just drive around, even in the Sioux Falls area, even Minneapolis. I can drive around there and stuff and get to where I'm going, and there's underground parking and, all that. But man, imagine if you didn't even have a vehicle and you had to do simple things like that. So yeah,
that is a great perspective. I had not thought of that.
Well, me either, until I watched this show. So, so there's a lot of different ways that we can find gratitude with things. And again, this is just a short, quick little pick-me-up episode that I want to just say thank you to you guys for supporting us. And it comes at a good time of year when everyone needs that. Everybody's been going through a lot of crap this year of 2020, and everybody knows what I'm referencing. Businesses have had to close, people have had to deal with suicides, alcoholism, domestic violence. All those things have jumped up, sexual abuse, and whatever situation you're in, someone's always got it worse and someone's always got it a little bit better maybe. But what you need to focus on is you. What thoughts, what decisions are you going to make to try to progress yourself? And one of the affirmations we received from someone was that they were able to tear down a little bit of the stigma. We were able to help tear down some of the stigma of mental health and getting help for that. And they started that. And, when you listen to this from the bottom of my heart, I cannot express to you enough how much that message meant for me to read. My heart exploded. I almost cried, but I don't cry very much, so that has nothing to do with it. It's absolutely amazing. And we are extremely proud of you. Extremely proud of you. So take that in. And your message was received, and it meant a lot. And we've received another message too, that they want to maybe share their story with us, and I want you to know that that meant a lot to me, a lot, and we will be doing that. And you know who you are. And we appreciate you exponentially, and you will be an effective human being in our world, in our society. You already are. And the fact that you reached out to us means everything. So, and I want everybody to know, one way or another, I don't care if we have 1 million followers, I really want to keep this in my head and heart and soul, but I want to try to be able to take that time to thank everybody when they reach out or when they talk to us. And so maybe if we have a bajillion followers, we'll have a little chain of command there, but that message is going to get to me, and we'll say thank you one way or another. That's a promise I'd like to try to stick to.
The one thing about this is that we always wanted to help to inspire others by sharing our stories, and by learning and growing along the way. We wanted to be able to help others do the same. And, you know, you don't know if you are making a difference until you receive those messages. So
keep them coming.
Yeah.
It's not, that is one of my love languages, is words of affirmation. And I fish for compliments quite often, but it's more than that. It's feedback too. And, it really inspires me to take it further and to continue to evolve it. One of my other things on the marker board is maybe a video blog, because I just can't be typing out pages of stuff. I can share a picture quote, and I can put my quick little thoughts in there. So as we're scrolling through social media, it makes a little pick me up or a difference. But having a video blog, and I've even got content, inspire, challenge, provoke thought, motivate, and change mindset. So, you know, we got to work on ourselves before we can work on other people, and we're continuing to do that. And so that's why sometimes these episodes are off the cuff, you know. So, anyways, thank you, people out in public. Thank you, people who have sent us messages. We still have not received anything for our tree. So,
which the girls did a fabulous job of finishing the decorations now.
Yep. It's all up there and everything. So if you want to send something to throw up on a gratitude tree, P.O. Box 11, Castlewood, South Dakota, 57223. Wonder if we'd have to go back and update this. You know, like, well, I bet in the future we would just have some kind of a mailing address on our website, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, right now in 2020, December 2020, that's where we're at. And tell us a little story behind it. But yeah, working on some gear, working on some great things in the future, working on evolving this, working on expanding it. And, we've made some minute changes on our website. We put up a mission statement up there. There is a donation tab if you'd like to donate to Positively Midwest. I'm not going to take the money and run away to another country. The mission statement is to send people to therapy first and foremost, whoever is open to it. 2 sessions, because you need the first session, introduce yourself to your therapist, find out why you're there, get the shakes and the nervousness out of it, get to know your person. And then the second episode, you crack open a little bit, and then hopefully you understand why that's so important, and you'll find a way to pay for it. There are therapists out there where there's income-based, we've learned. There's grants. There's
insurance.
There's insurance. And you know what? Maybe don't go out to eat a couple times a month, and that will probably at least get you 1 to 2 sessions. And something is better than nothing. And I will tell you, if you can't go every week like I do, then take notes. You have to journal things that you're working through. You have to journal things you're sad about, you're happy about. Because, yeah, there's times I go in there after a week and I say, I don't have shit to tell you. It was great. Everything was awesome. Marriage went great. Kids went great. Work went great. And then we just beat BS almost like we're friends and talk about different things. And then maybe something you'll remember and stuff like that comes out. But if you can only go once a month or once every other week, journal stuff. Write things down that have really affected you negatively and positively. And then they'll help validate and they'll help teach you.
25-cent notebook can do a big difference, right? And paying those gratitudes or even setting your dreams.
Yeah. Or even voice memos too. I know of some people that like to journal that way, and then you can just hit a voice memo and put the date or label it however you want to and tell it a problem and then play it back for them later or whatever, because all your emotions involved right there. So anyways, like I was saying, we've got that donation tab up. It just links securely to PayPal. If you want to throw us a couple dollars as that increases. What I'd like to use it for is the therapy. We also want to start doing episodes where if we work with a charity that we will donate portions of the episode or of specialized gear or different things like that as we get the ball rolling on what kind of fabric and things like that we're going to use. We'll be able to call up our dude and say, hey, we're going to work with blah, blah. Can we throw their logo on there? Boom. There'll be a cool shirt. You guys buy it. We'll give them some money.
Woo!
Third is to expand. And in today's world, not just because I do a lot of it for a living, but you've got to advertise. You've got to advertise what you do, why you're doing it. Try to get more guests. Try to get more listenership. And the further that we can go, the more our group will grow, the more our page will grow, and the more that we will expand Positively's Midwest's movement, if you will, perhaps globally. Well, we already are global.
Expanding our reach.
Mm-hmm. We already are global, if you will. So we're getting people from all over the place. And so, yeah, you can go to positivelymidwest.com and throw a couple dollars our way if you'd like to. Everything's all anonymous on there. I went to donate to myself to see how it works. And, yeah.
Sounds good.
That's kind of what I have.
Yeah.
Just a quick little thank yous.
And just reminders to pay small gratitudes along the way. Celebrate your life. Don't let a negative moment bring you all the way down. Find something that went fantastic in your day, whether it was that hot cup of coffee, whether it was somebody holding the door open for you, and find a reason to smile today.
When you do pay gratitude about something, I want you, especially if you're just starting out this practice or it's your morning or your evening, close your damn eyes and I want you to picture what you're paying gratitude for. Everybody, when I post in the group and I say, tell me something you're grateful for, God. Tell me something you're grateful for, my kids. Tell me something you're grateful for, my wife, my husband, my family. Okay, I'm not being rude, guys, but duh. Like, of course, God, your family, and your spouse are something you're grateful for. I want you to close your flippin' eyes, and I want you to go, I am so grateful that I live in the Midwest where I can look out my window and I can see the sunset setting on the horizon, where all of the foliage and trees and things and buildings look black like an old Western. And then I look around and I see our beautiful tree that's now dead because it's winter, but it's our part of our logo. And it just looks black. And that sunset is just ridiculous. Man, I'm so grateful that I can see that. Can you see that in your apartment, New Yorker? You probably can. But you have something to be grateful for. Go up to your roof. Or go to Central Park. Or something. Grateful. There's a lot of things that they have that we don't have.
Right.
You know, so it's not like I'm knocking them. I'm just saying I want you to really close your eyes and think and put yourself in that situation. Make yourself feel those feels I'm grateful for my kids. What about them? I'm really grateful that when I pick up my daughter and she's reading a 400-some page book and she's had trouble finishing books, she's recognized the problem and she realizes that, guess what page I'm on now? Okay, tell me about the last chapter. And she spits out what she just read about. I'm so grateful that my child is healthy, intelligent, and happy to share her growth with us naturally. That sounds a lot better than I'm just grateful for my kids, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Did that make you stop and think for a second?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did.
People listening, did that make you stop and think? That's what being grateful for something means. Anybody can say, man, it's sunny out. I love the sunshine. So grateful it's sunny today. But what do you mean? Like, oh, I love it when I go outside and I know the forecast, it's going to be a beautiful day. And I'm surprised it's so warm outside. And as soon as that sun hits my skin and I start to feel the warmth and it just lightens up my skin cells and my eyes just sparkle. And I'm like, I'm going to grab my sunglasses. I throw on my sunglasses. I can open my eyes nice and bright. And I look around and see, look at how green that grass is. Look at how beautiful those trees are. That sounds a lot better to me than, man, it's sunny outside. I love the sunshine. Good?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for all of your support, all of your inspiration, because you do inspire us. And thank you for the group and everything. Continue to be part of the change and find some real gratitude.
And thank you, sir, for starting this.
You're welcome.
It's been an amazing journey, and I am very happy to be alongside of it with you.
Well, it's just getting started, people. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for listening to the Positively Midwest podcast. Our hope is to inspire, engage each other's thoughts, and leave you with some great advice. Be sure to join our Facebook group and follow us on Instagram at Positively Midwest Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, and screenshot our podcast with all of your cool friends. Every little bit helps. We are on most all major platforms, and you can stream it on our website at positivelymidwest.com. Thank you, and as always, please always stay positive.